Get yourselves ready for a turbulent election.
Whatever happens, dude, best of luck.
You win, I support you fully.
My name is Steven Garza, and I'm running for governor.
The United States may have gone past one of its most conflict-rich elections in history, but in Boise State, the big winner in Sundance last year, the instability is still full of inertia, as 1,000 boys are all for a play for power. It's a truly riveting documentary full of drama, rhetoric, and like Barack Obama's, your thirst for it will be unquenchable.
I'm learning that Barack Obama considered your film as one of his favorite for 2020. What was the state of your heart when you learned that?
Thanks for pointing that out. I mean, it was about as flattering as it could be personally to have Barack Obama single the film out, and I think it points to the importance and the relevance of what's underneath the entertaining story at this time, which is the fragile state of our democracy, and the Boise State program offering a forum for people to come together and try to cross the divide and find some sort of dialogue that can perhaps spark some sort of productivity. But on a personal level, just the idea of President Obama and First Lady Michelle Obama sitting down with their family and watching the film was heartwarming and something that I shared with my family and friends immediately.
That's politics, I think. That's politics.
Politics that the boys wanted to man up to, by and against the playbook.
How did you assemble your camera team? And second question, what rules did you have to follow or abide with amongst yourselves in order for you to achieve a similar aesthetic for the film?
Yeah, totally. That was quite a challenge once we understood that what the scope of the event and how many potential characters we have, and also, worrying about missing moments and missing what's happening. We knew that we needed at least 6 to 7 cinematographers, and not only cinematographers or just shooters. There was no way Jesse and Amanda as directors could be at any given moment in any scene anywhere. So we really needed people that understand filmmaking, that are storytellers themselves, and that are experienced in verite. And so I have been part and funded a small group of cinematographers in New York that sort of specialize in really intimate verite filmmaking. And so it's a group of 6 people that where we worked on films together when we needed each other, but we also all worked on especially films that required sort of a self-directed approach where you don't have a director next to you all the time, where you follow really, really intimate moments. And so I knew that the people in my collective, in my DP collective, were able to do that and are very experienced and wonderful, wonderful people. And not only would be able to self-direct, but also had a personality in which they could connect with the subjects. I knew those people, they're warm, they are interested, they know how to anticipate. All these things come in play. And you have to have those qualities in order to connect with your subject, but then also understand, like anticipating what's going to happen next and organizing yourself accordingly. And so those qualities, that's partly why we funded this group, so we could exchange jobs, and when somebody had a scheduling conflict, we could sort of seamlessly call the other and say, listen, I need you to step in. And then there was a sort of peace of mind knowing that if I call one of my fellow collective members, they would step in and they could just pick up, and I could trust them with being respectful with the subjects and understanding all that interesting thing. So I proposed that to Jesse and Amanda, and they were thrilled. Amanda specifically had worked with Martina before, and they knew of the other members, and that's how we came together. Yeah.
To the political views voiced in my speech, sometimes you got to say what you got to say in an attempt to win.
Were there any visual effects involved in the final cut of your film?
No visual effects. We enhanced some screens that were a little hard to pick up on the camera. We did some visual enhancing, but there were no visual effects that I can remember. wasn't really part of the cinematic language of the film.
A language that need not be cried or shouted out loud because it clearly delivers. But boy, oh them boys hint, biases and traditions of the ballot persist.
Never seen so many white people ever.
For Showbiz Report, Marvin Nolasco.